Yes, sir. On the radar. Yo, today is a very, very special day. I am joined by a Houston legend, Paul Wall. What's up, bro?
What it do, man? What it do? Happy to be here with you, man. Real happy to be here with you.
No, it is an honor for me, man. As a staple of Houston culture, thank you so much for being here. Congrats on the new project, Subculture, out now, man. Like, just congrats, man. Congrats.
Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, he got the background too.
Yes, sir. On cue, baby. On cue. Yeah, I've been really excited about this, man. I had the opportunity to work on this before COVID, before there it was even any talk of COVID. So it was like not even a thing at all. You know, it might have been, but not in America. Or, you know, it was before all of this happened. So, man, we we got to go out there. I went to the Red Bull Studios out in LA, worked with some super dope writers, producers, and featured hook artists. Man, we went off on them, man. Red Bull Studio sessions. It was a great experience. I locked in for like a week and a half, just nonstop. Put everything else on hold. All life, all phone activity, whatever's going on. Even my family stuff was like, hey, look, I gotta go work on this. I'm gonna be back soon, but I gotta focus so that I can lock in everything into this project. We did it, and it was originally supposed to be like a 3 to 5 song project, but we ended up making it a pretty much a full length project, man, just because the ball got to rolling and we got to, cranking out some good sound, man. It came, man, we were right on top. Like I said, man, I was locked in on it, man. So I'm excited. Then when COVID hit, we like, oh, man, good thing we got it done before that, because it wouldn't have been possible during COVID to really, do it the way we did. So it was a great experience.
Man, that's great. I didn't even have to ask you if it was before COVID. You already took it there yourself.
Yeah.
And I was watching the Red Bull session, right? And it was so dope seeing you like in this new environment with new producers and new people working with. And something that you said in the beginning that I kind of found interesting was that you wanted to, like, with this project and with this Red Bull session, you wanted to go down like new lanes and new avenues that you haven't gone before. Do you feel like you were able to do that on this project?
Oh, hands down. Definitely there was the Paul Wall feel. There was the Houston influence and feel on there. And some of that came with when we're coming up with the concepts or the direction or, things like that. But, working with these type of producers where you just really go in and lock in, working with, the people who help me with the hooks or the concepts, and we just locked in on everything, and we're just everything open-minded as well. But, it was a new experience. I've never done anything like that. In the past, I might lock in, but, when the studio's over, I'm going to host a club or going to perform somewhere, or, I'm going somewhere else and I got, to get my kids up early for school the next day or something or whatever, just normal family life stuff. I got people calling me all day long, texting me all. Man, the whole time I'm locked in Red Bull Studio session, man, I'm locked in with my phone on do not disturb airplane mode. The only thing I'm using the internet for is if I'm researching a word so that I'm using it properly, or, trying to come up with something like that, because I definitely go in when it comes to the, putting the effort and the research into the writing the verses. I'm gonna make sure I'm not just saying whatever. I'm gonna try to go in and elaborate on topics and really go there sometimes. So that's what it was all about. There's no game plan. I'm not playing no games on my phone or nothing. I'm just locked in from early in the morning till late at night. And even when I'm done, it's still I'm laying in bed coming up with concepts or just, bouncing things off, whatever, just making progress. It was a extreme focus, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely was different.
And I love this album artwork you got behind you because it's so different. And I see it has like a bunch of different parts of the Houston, like of the culture. You got like the Houston Astro sign. You got some legends on there. You got the strip club. You got some weed growing in the corner. So talk to me a little bit about like the whole subculture theme of the project itself. Like what so everybody could see it. What were you looking to do with this like album cover in this project?
Well, the album cover concept was my boy Mike Frost, who's done every album cover I ever put out. He also did the single artworks, for me. But it was the concept he's had for a while of, hey man, we need to make a underground base, kind of comic book style, but make it, Houston centric. You know what I'm saying? And subculture being it, the culture is very important. The culture of hip hop, and just people representing for that and putting on for the culture and doing things for the culture. Of course, Migos had their album culture. Me, I come from the underground, though. I come from the subculture of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The Texas lane that I'm in, that I came up in, that underground that pipeline is where I'm at. So subculture as a, an even deeper meaning for me because it's a representation of the underground. My favorite artists are underground artists. They always have been. Sometimes you can have an underground artist, excel and, make it to the next level and they make it to the mainstream. But, you could tell the underground artists who are underground at heart. And those are the ones that I always, I've listened to. And that's what I try to represent for as well, coming from that Houston underground, representing for that Houston subculture, that lifestyle that's kind of below the radar, where you like the slabs. We definitely, we got plenty of slabs going on in Houston, but if you just driving to work every day, you might not see a slab. But when it's an event or something, hey, we all come out, you know what I'm saying? We come out in numbers. A lot of people who have slabs have multiple cars, so they might have a slab and a truck or a work car or something, whatever else to get around in. It's a little, less conspicuous with the wheels and the candy paint and everything like that, but when it's time to Voltron up and we all come out the woodworks with the slabs, you're going to see, a couple hundred slabs on the boulevard, and that's just that underground subculture lifestyle, what I'm saying, represent. So that's what the meaning is behind the artwork. Big shout out to Mike Frost.
Nah, fuck, and you know what? Now that you mentioned Slab Sittin' Low was one of my favorite joints on the project too. And I also love how this is also kind of, yeah. Yo, bro, how many of these pictures you got lined up over there, man?
I got a few, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a few we can keep, let me know. And whatever topic we got, I got a picture for it.
You got to keep the people on their toes.
You want to talk Astros? I got you. You want to talk grills? I got you. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're going to get to the grills in the bit. I got a question for you about the grills in the bit, but I wanted to ask you one last thing about this project. I love how it's also coinciding with the People's Champ, the 15-year anniversary of the People's Champ. Is there like a specific reason why you wanted to do this? Like, is there like a deeper meaning with the Subculture album and the People's Champ, on this 15-year anniversary?
A lot of it came with timing, being it was the 15-year anniversary of the People's Champ, it put things in a perspective of where I've been, where I'm headed, and where I'm at, some of those things. So this project right here definitely had a kind of a feel like that, where it was, I wouldn't say more, wasn't more mainstream, but it was more, more open. It was like the producers I worked with, it was the musical aspects of what they were doing or the people that were on the hooks. It's not something that you saw on my previous project, Mind Over Matter, or with Lil Kiki Slab Talk, or the one with Stack Selector last year, Give Thanks. This is a different type of vibe, and it definitely has a People's Champ kind of vibe to it. I think, where you get that Houston feel, but, maybe on a different level. Sometimes, a lot of the other ones is me doing the Houston feel from my perspective, the Houston perspective with Houston producers, Houston artists. This one I did with producers and artists who weren't from Houston. So it gave their outside perspective on me doing me, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely added to it. It also gave them a sense of, hey, we want to uphold that tradition of you represent Houston. So, we want to do, all that was important for this. But, being that it's the 15-year anniversary, it feels great to know that, the project has, aged well with time, what I'm saying? It's respected. It gets, love from my peers, what I'm saying? The people who, their opinion matters to me. They have, love for it, how it is. And it also kind of, bring it back, because there's people here and being that it came out in 2005, there's artists out there that, them that weren't even born when, what I'm saying?
Right.
That's 15 years ago. So it's some of these artists out here, 17, 19, they just was kids when it came out, what I'm saying? And they're being that it's some artists out there that's young like that, they weren't even born at that time. So, it might be something they might not be familiar with. So it allowed me to kind of introduce them to kind of where I came from, maybe the old me or the roots, the foundation of kind of who I was when I was introduced to the world. But at the same time, subculture is kind of like one of the dominoes falling for a later domino down the line that I've been thinking on is releasing the People's Champ Part 2. I never really put out a part 2 of any of my albums other than my mixtapes. I'll do a part 2 or whatever. But I've been thinking about being the People's Champ was so different than Get Your Mind Correct or, The Fast Life or Heart of a Champion or any of these other ones that I put out since, what I'm saying? The People's Champ had its own type of vibe and feel to it. I've been like, okay, let me go back to that. Let me maybe reincarnate that vibe or just revisit that vibe with a 2020 feel to it. So, I don't know, I've been really putting my mind around it because, it's something that, I'm going to put a whole lot of work and time and effort into, you know what I'm saying? But I've been thinking on, hey, what about me doing a People's Champ Part 2? So, you might see that somewhere down the line, 2021 or something, I don't know. We'll see.
Jeez, I didn't even know you were thinking about doing a People's Champ Part 2. That's really dope, and I think that would be great because like you kind of mix like some of the nostalgia of the first People's Champ with like the new things that you're experimenting with today. And I really love how you mentioned about the people you was working with in LA in the sessions. In the video they talked about how they were trying to like keep the Houston feel to some of your music, but also add like some new vibes to it because you had that one girl who was kind of like a pop singer in there. So I thought that was pretty cool because like it was in like you were in like your element, but also like you had things that were outside of your element that I guess helped you to create something new for Subculture.
Yeah, exactly. But when I first came onto the scene, the music scene, man, it was like the Houston sound, or was very Houston. If you weren't from Houston, you didn't really understand it or know about it a lot of times. So it was like it didn't really go outside of that Houston bubble. But now, years later, just a lot of the verbiage of what we were saying, the words we were saying, how we were saying it, or maybe our accent, or our southern drawl, maybe some of the words we say weren't understood. Also a lot of the culture, whether it was the pulling up drink culture, the car culture, the grills, or just a lot of the slow down music, it was just, it was a Houston thing. So now all of those aspects, maybe other than the cars, they kind of been accepted by the worldwide mainstream. So you hear all type of artists talking about sipping drink. You hear all type of artists with some type of screwed up in their hook,
some chopped and screwed type sound to it.
The cars are kind of the only one where, there are other car cultures around the world or country that, we link up with, but we still kind of do our cars a little different than everybody. But still, the other car enthusiasts, they can feel it, just like, they might do their cars a little different in other areas. I can feel it because I'm a car enthusiast, even though that might not be my particular style. I like a different style. We can, I can feel it because I'm a car enthusiast. But that's that Houston culture. So being that I had help like that with, artists like her, Kappa or Crash or Dash, them coming in there, they understood the Houston culture, where in 2005, when the People's Champ came out, the average, professional in music maybe didn't understand it, what I'm saying? So they maybe couldn't really get it or help in that type of way. But it like I said, it's something I never did before. So I also went into it with a complete open mind of wanting their, how was Houston kind of like influenced you in your life, and then use that to let you influence how we do it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we're back and forth. You know what I'm saying? We shared in the process. You know what I'm saying? It was dope, man. It was so dope having different producers and artists that I maybe would only work with for a song here or there, or for some other project. For me to work with all of them on my project, and to lock in on, everything is all about how we gonna do this for the project for Power Wall. It was something I wasn't used to. I hadn't experienced before. So it made me. That's where my laser focus came in, because seeing the other professionals around is like, man, I'm not gonna be in there showing up late and I'm hungover and I'm on my phone and I'm texting, I'm looking at Instagram. Nah, man, I'm locked in too. I'm gonna make sure I'm there early. I'm leaving late. I'm making sure I'm focused on everything. Hey, did you get my text? Nope, because I'm on airplane mode, buddy. I ain't get none of that. You got my email? Nope, I ain't get it. I'm on airplane mode. I ain't got none of that going on. I'm just writing lyrics, or doing my verses. So it was all straight focus, and it just, that type of professionalism, you know what I'm saying? And especially when you're at home too, it's like all kind of family stuff going on, not only for yourself, but for others as well. The other people that's working with you, they got life going on. So being that we all were locked in on this, man, it was a real dope experience.
That's awesome. And you were talking a little bit about your interest with like the cars, and we spoke about the grills before. And I wanted to ask you a question, because I've had a lot of friends in the past couple of years who've been copping grills, right? And you're the king of grills, right? So I gotta ask you, and I've heard you talk about grill necessities in other videos and songs and whatnot, but like for the people out there who are their first time grill buyers, or if they've had grills for a little bit, what are the grill necessities, like to keep it clean, keep it icy, keep it fresh? Like what is your advice when it comes to grills?
Well, I definitely say get you a grill that's within your means. Many people like myself, we worked our way up to what we got now. You
Right.
know, the first grill I had was solid gold. You know, the second grill I had was solid gold with diamond cut. You know, then the one after that had a little bit of diamond. Then the one after that was Princess Cut. And I really went there for my People's Champ album cover. And the one after that, you know, was that stepped up a little bit. So, you know, it eventually got to where I'm at now. It's your first time getting a grill. You know, you got to get something that it's something, you know, it's like you got to know, you're not really going to know what you might look good wearing. All grills might not look good on you. Maybe it's only a certain type might look good on you, you know. So you got to go with something that's going to look good on you, something that's going to fit your personality, something that, you know, you're going to feel comfortable wearing. So a lot of people these days, they get just a bottom. They don't get the whole thing. They maybe just get a bottom. Hey, to get whatever you going to rock, whatever's going to work for you. Don't try to get what I got or what somebody else got because you're just trying to, you know, keep up or what, man, I get what you like, what you enjoy. A lot of times that means, look, if you got a budget on your grill, don't get the whole thing iced out. Would you rather have the whole thing iced out with cloudy diamonds or only a few teeth iced out, but those diamonds are crispy, looking like sunshine in July? You know, what you want? You know, I would rather have sunshine in July than, you know, November clouds. You know,
Facts.
that's just me personally on the diamonds. And if all you got is, you know, a budget of $2,500, you want $2,500 worth of cheap diamonds or $2,500 worth of really clear diamonds on just a few teeth. And that always seemed to last longer in the long run, you know, and you know, and that just worked for me, and it worked for a lot of my customers, man. The most important thing me as a salesman is not getting your money. It's not how much money I can make. Being that me and Johnny, shout out to my partner TV, Johnny Dang, we've been in business for over 20 years. We're going on almost 25 years now. And so to us, we want to have longevity in the game. We already got people who have brought their children to us who are now bringing their grandchildren to us. You know, we also want this to be a business that we turn over to our kids. So, you know, we're looking at them long-term customers. We're not just out here trying to scam you or hustle you out your money. Customer service is very important to us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever you want is going to be on me to ensure you get something that you're happy with at the end of the day. You know, not just, I took all your money because this particular type of grill has the most profit margin. So I'm going to try to sell you on this one, you know, or because we got special on this one this week. So I'm going to sell you on this one. Nah, I'm going to get you whatever you like, man. That's what it's all about, man.
All right. So what I'm hearing is if I ever need a grill, if I'm ever in need of a grill, I got to come to you.
I got you, bro. You know I got you. Hey, next year when you come to Houston, or maybe this year if they end up having it, the Astroworld Fest, bro. When you come down to Houston Astroworld Fest, bro, I got you. Me and Johnny going, we're going to grill you up. Got you, bro.
Yo, and you know I'm going to take you up on that shit too, man. I'm going to take you up on that.
Yeah,
yo,
I got you.
Yo, and I also noticed that you're really into, like, encouraging people to vote on your IG. So, you know, with the election coming up and with everything, you know, with everything going on right now, I don't know. Do you want to speak to the people right now? Like, let them know, you know, register to vote on this.
Me personally, I've always had the people I kind of like or root for or that I kind of believe will represent me, but almost always it's like I'm choosing the person that I don't want to win. So let me vote for the other person. And, you know, presidential election is very important, man, but I really encourage people to focus on the ones that are more local, man. In Houston, we get to choose the judges. We get to choose who our sheriff is. We get to choose who our constables are. You know, the constables like the sheriff or like the, you know, the police chief of the region kind of, you know, so that we get to personally choose those. In Houston, we get to choose who the district attorney is, who's prosecuting what crimes and how hard they're prosecuting, and all these things. Man, we get to choose that. So you can't tell me that, and some of these things are only decided by a few hundred votes. You know, I'm watching an election last time around, a few of these judges were decided by 400 or less votes. These are real numbers, 200 or you know, some votes. Those are real numbers where, you know, you can make a difference. Now, I'm not saying this person or that person should have won or should have lost. I'm saying that your vote really do matter, especially in the local elections. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that get lost a lot of times because we just voting for A or B in the, you know, in the presidential election. And a lot of, almost always, it's two people that we're not really too enthusiastic about, man. And I'm also very aware of this, man. coming from Texas and also just, you know, traveling all around the country and the world, man, I got a very, very diverse fan base. So you are very rarely gonna have me saying I endorse this candidate or I endorse this party because I don't. I'm not a member of any of them type of parties because I don't believe in none of that. I believe in choosing an individual who I feel like is gonna be a champion for whatever causes that I feel like are in need. And too many times we get caught up in, you know, if you're red or blue. And if you're red, you're all the way red. If you're blue, you're all the way blue. Man, we talking about the government. This ain't Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? And people be ride or die no matter what political party. And then it goes, you know, you got to sometimes stand on what's right, not on, you know, and when you hear a lot of times people talking on TV, what's the first thing you do? You look to the corner to see if it say R or D. And then immediately that kind of influence whether or not you agree with them or disagree with them. Because if 100%. They are, then you agree or disagree, you know. And it's just, hey, look, all that I'm just saying, man, this is, you get to choose who's in charge. Now, it ain't perfect. We got all type of problems and things that need to be maybe re-looked at because they was put together in place a few hundred years ago and things might have changed a little bit. And say, hey, but bro, man, it's important that we let our voices be heard, especially for the people who don't have a opportunity to let their voices be heard, whether they might be incarcerated or, you know, there are different restrictions where you can't vote if you're a felon. There also, it's not necessarily true. All former felons, some former felons can vote if it's been a certain amount of time or certain depending on what's going on. You know, so there's so many different things you get. But either way, there are people who can't vote out there. And I got to vote to represent for them. It's not just, am I voting for me and I vote for somebody and I'm choosing the person who don't win. Oh, or I voted for this person, they didn't win, so my vote don't count. I ain't voting no more. It don't matter. It's about participating in the system, participating in choosing, you know, who are these people who are representing for you. You know, another thing too, man, I realized, man, being out there in the field, doing activism or community work, when you see these politicians or representatives of the community, when they talking to somebody who's voting, who's a voter, and they talking to somebody who's not a voter, they talk to you in different ways. They treat you in different ways. When they know you a constituent of them, and they know, hey, I voted for you, or I voted against you. You want me to vote for you the next time? We'll do something that's gonna sway my vote. Or I voted for you last time. Hey, you tripping? I'm not voting for you again. You need to get me back. You know, you can kind of talk to them. You know, they gotta have that type of responsibility where they responsible for representing for you. We chose to put them there. So even if, and it's too many times we get caught up in, oh, you didn't vote for me? Well, I ain't here for you. I'm here for the people that voted for me. Nah, you know, this is something I learned being an elected official within the Recording Academy, within the Grammys, being on the local board of governors, being the Texas chapter president, then going on to be a national trustee. When I'm a national trustee for the Grammys, I'm not just representing for Texas. I'm not just representing for hip hop. I got to keep it in consideration all walks of profession in the music industry, all walks of genre, all different, everything that might go on that, you know, I'm representing for all of these things, not just Texas hip hop, you know. So when it comes to regular politics as well, man, you know, that's an opportunity. When I see somebody I didn't vote for, I think of that as an opportunity to go build a bridge, and not a wall, but a bridge. Don't just, I don't like you. You know, let me build a bridge. Let me go talk to you. Hey, man, I ain't vote for you, but look, you up there, you representing for me too. I'm one of your constituents. I didn't vote for you. I want to vote for you next time. Help me vote for you. These are the things that mean something to me. You know, like if you had them type of open-ended conversations, then we can have more open representation, not just gang members representing for their gang. And that's just, it seems like that's what politics has turned into.
Boom, mic drop, bro. Like, yo, I feel like everything you said right there basically sums up what's going on right now. And, you know, we're running out of time. We got a couple minutes left. Before we go, real quick, what I've been doing with every artist that I talk to during quarantine is I ask them to send a quick message to the people watching, their fans, anyone who might be struggling during these times, whether it be a rapper, an artist, your everyday person, someone who might be struggling with their mental health during these COVID times. I ask the artists I'm interviewing to send a positive message, maybe some positive words, maybe, you know, any advice that they have. So to the people right now who are watching this at home, what would, I guess, your word and your positive message be?
Man, throughout COVID and just in other situations in my life, but especially COVID, it really put it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because we're physically trapped at home, but
Right.
it also, you know, it brings to light the mental cage a lot of times we put ourselves into, or that we might have been in for years and didn't realize it. Now we realize we're in a mental cage and we've been in this mental cage, man.
Right.
That's why we being trapped physically, sometimes you got to let out the frustration sometimes, or the toxins build up in you because you're not able to get the sunlight or to exercise to, you know, detoxify, you know what I'm saying? But you got to really focus on your mental, man. That mental is so important, man. You got to free your mind some type of way, whether it be, you know, relaxation type of meditation, or whether it be you doing some type of exercise. That's usually one of the two that it might be, or whether it's you and your partner getting in the bed, you know what I'm saying, that type of exercise, whatever, to get these hormones going,
I love that.
you know, to get these things to clear your toxins of your body, man, you know, because a lot of times the mental and the physical are related and we don't even realize it.
Facts.
If you're feeling bad in your body, it's going to make you feel bad, and how you talking to people give you an attitude. If you got you hungry and you grouchy, you gonna be you gonna be grouchy. You know, it's just a lot of times these things correlate with each other, man. So, hey, bro, it's definitely been a self-reflection time through COVID, man. You know, but I will say, man, this will be over. It's all gonna end eventually. It might be a new norm to our life, our lifestyle, but this will end eventually. You gotta get past it. You gotta have it made up in your mind that there is light at the end of this tunnel. This marathon will be over one day, and it's gonna be a new life. So some of that is planning for that. Some of that is trying to better yourself. You know, they have us thinking, oh, it's only gonna be a week. We're only gonna lock down for
It's
a
only
week.
gonna be a
Okay,
week.
now it's
Facts.
gonna be 2 weeks. Now it's gonna be over with by the summer. Now it should be over by the end of the year. Man, we know this could go on for another year. This could end soon with a vaccine, and then we have to shut down for a few months every year. Hey, whatever happened with our life, I know a lot of us have been, you know, stuck in whatever we're living, what we got going on, that's our life. But this is a shift. This is a change in everything, you know, so just be open for it, be prepared for it. Try to better yourself. Try to, you know, they say luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So try to prepare for whatever you can. Just as all these people lost their jobs, man, when this thing is over and there's companies rebuilding, there's going to be companies rebuilding jobs. So, you know, although nobody want to be out of a job right now, definitely, you know, think about it. Try to find some type of positive of that job that you might have been stuck in for years that you hated, where it was a low-paying job or a bad energy, low-energy job. It might have been some type of friction at your work, whether with the customers, your other employees, whether it be harassment, sexual harassment, bullying, anything, racial, anything like that, man. There might be a new opportunity at the end of this. When this is over, there might be the job opportunity of a lifetime waiting on you. So just we all gotta look for, okay, why this is, you know, and a lot of times we have to, you know, we think sometimes a lot of times, why is this happening to me? This is happening to the whole entire world. So that should be some type of release to all of us. That for some reason, never in the history of time has this ever happened. This is now the time that it's happening. Why is our life, our generation of people alive on Earth, you know, why are we this? Is it, you know, the things happening to lead up to this happening, and that's why? Or is it the craziness of the times? Or is it just that was bound to happen eventually at some point, and this is just the time that the lightning strike, or this is the time that the meteor hit, you know? So, but either way, regardless, we gonna get through this, man. You know, think of this. You know, talking to my mother about like just some of our different lineage, because we have a very like cut off family. It's just me, my sister, my mama. That's it. There's no other family that we even, you know, my grandparents, they passed on. But even when they were alive, they were the only family members that we even knew of at all, only on my mama's side. So, you know, we started thinking like, hey, do you know anything about our lineage, where people come from, this or that, you know? And you start thinking back to anybody on this earth that's alive, their ancestors have been around. You know, we can all trace our ancestors back to somebody who was around thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. There ain't no flip of coins and just random people being made. It's somebody who was alive with somebody else who's alive conceiving another child, and then that person conceiving with someone else who's alive. You know what I'm saying? So all of our family trees go back thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So for us to be here alive at this time when it's happening, you know, it's something to know that, hey, just like our family trees survived, whatever went on in the past, the great floods, the Great Depression, all the other flus, all the other sicknesses, the World War II, World War I, the Civil War, anything ever throughout the history of time, for, you know, everyone that's alive, our ancestors survived that so that we could be alive. So we are going to survive. It's true, people are going to die, and that's terrible. And we have to do whatever we can to ensure that we don't die and that we don't cause somebody else from dying. We got to prevent that. But most of this is mental. It's of course, a lot of, you know, you have to be able to physically pay your bills. You got to be able to have a job and physically, you know, make a living and earn a living so that you can eat and, you know, do these type of things. But the mental aspect of it is so crucial. And once we know and realize that the mental aspect of it is crucial, then we can start trying to, you know, plan and, you know, help alleviate some of that stress. So, you know, okay, man, I got to do something to, you know, alleviate my stress. Even if that means I gotta get on my push-up and jumping jacks game. I gotta do, you know, I gotta do my 100 push-ups or 100 jumping jacks, whatever I gotta do a day. You know, even if this means I gotta, you know, jog in place or in my parking garage or in my parking lot for, you know, 10 minutes or something or whatever. If I gotta go stand out in the sun with my shirt off and just breathe and take in the air for 30 seconds a day, you gotta do something to, you know, get something active, to activate your receptors, to, you know, get things going. It's just so important to just keep an open mind at ways to refresh your brain, refresh your mind, and shake off the cobwebs and the dust or the cage that we trapped in through COVID. And it's so often when you finally do make it out, whether you just kind of go to a socially distanced gathering or you're just going to a protest, you going to the grocery store, whatever's going on. So many times when we get out there, we got such a high tendency to, we back. All right, let me take my mask off. Let me dap everybody up. We gonna pass
people ready to get back into the groove of things when, you know, you still got to be careful outside. Right.
We got to do it strategically. You still got to be smart, man. You know, some of these things they talking about, we're going for, you know, you think about it, man. Some of the countries, like I remember seeing videos of people wearing masks in other countries for years. They've been wearing, and I used to always think like, man, why everybody wearing a mask over there? But that's what we really probably should do a lot of the time because there's so many diseases we pass on. And there's so many of us, man, we don't wash our hands. Man, look, bro, you go into any restroom and watch who wash their hands and don't wash their hands. Man, look, I'm going to tell you something. This is what I do. I'm a pre-washer. I wash my hands before I use the restroom. Before I use the restroom, because there ain't no way I'm touching my private parts with dirty hands after I done shook everybody's hands out. I'm making sure my hands is spick, span, clean, spick and span. I'm good. All antibacterial, everything, and then I handle my business. Then I'm going to wash again, maybe. But I'm definitely washing before I use the bathroom now. I'm going to wash it before I'm playing. But for sure, man, you know, we got to just keep that in perspective, man, you know, because there will be an end to this at some time, and we got to just, you know, get through, make it through, man, you know what I'm saying? So anybody out there that's going through something, whatever it might be, just know, man, you know, whatever it is, you can get through it. We all going to get through it, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And, you know, my prayers is out there to anybody who lost somebody through COVID or is, you know, in the hospital dealing with this, man. This is so tragic, man. My prayers for them.
There it is, man. Yo, Paul, man, thank you again for being here with me today. Congratulations on Subculture. Anything else that people got to know, where they can follow you at? Go ahead, plug it in there. Tell them to go stream up Subculture a million times. Whatever you got to plug in, now's the time to do it.
It's out now. It's Subculture. Look, anywhere you can find any music is there. Look for it. Subculture for all wild, baby. Big shout out to Red Bull Music, Red Bull Studio Sessions. You know, check that out. The Red Bull Studio Sessions is the behind the scenes, the making of. So that's real dope too. It's out now. You can check all that out all on YouTube. Anywhere you find any music or video, anything like that, check it out. Paul Wall, baby. Already one love.
There it is, man. Thank you again for joining me today. It's Paul Wall on the radar.